Okay, now it's recording. Recording is starting. Recording makes the computer go quite slow. But what we can do, yeah. So here we are again on this page. So this is something what we are doing right now, that PCB designing is just important, and there are many remote jobs available, and you can use those remote jobs for your purpose. You can apply them. Secondly, we have asked many headhunters, and they are agreed that if we got competent enough people, so they can give the jobs through us to them. In this way, I'm going to make money as well. You are going to make money as well. You will be supported technically. You will be paid in US dollars over there in your account in by our WinPay mechanism. But that is a distant place because you have to learn. So after this, that you understand that PCB designing is something which is there, let's see that what are the other components of PC other than PCB designing, which we need to understand, and then we should go for it. So first thing first, that PCB designing is mostly a remote job. It doesn't require you to go to office, or it doesn't require you to have a hardware knowledge. What requires for this is, number one, if you see over here, if I move my screen over here, yeah, okay. If you see over here, we have got a schematic design. So first of all, you have to make a schematic design. To make a schematic design, there are two ways. Either the company who requires your service is going to tell you, look, we need this functionality. For example, like they say, we need to turn on and off an LED with certain time period, for which the board is here. You can see uh, there is a board with D1, R1, R2, and it's simply nothing more than a switch, just turning on electronically with a transistor and LED. So if they say that, okay, we need it. So what does it mean? Over here, to turn on and off an LED, I can use an FPGA, I can use a microcontroller, I can use a full processor, I can use a computer to use it, to just turn on. So what do they mean with this? That you use your knowledge, you understand things, and design most feasible economical model so that they can implement that in their products, or they make a product out of it and they sell. So hiring you guys means, in other words, that you are going to provide knowledge to them. You are going to provide suggestions. So there are two things. One, they are going to give you schematic. Okay, this is the schematic, and these are the dynamics, and you have to make a PCB for this. Fine, very fine, good. Now, maybe they say, no, you have to design a complete circuit board for us with these functionalities in the output we need. For example, we have a sensor for, like, say, echo sensor, which is basically going to read your pulses, or you want to have a pulse oximeter in your finger, and you want to use it and you want to develop something. So they already have it, but they have on old processors which are a bit slower. Now the new processors are there. So if the new processors are there and they have got more functionalities, they want to add some more things into it. Maybe their LCD is not capable to handle more things. So there are old printed like LCDs with less number of pixels on it, and they want to give more graphics. This is a continuous cycle. Understand, this is a continuous cycle, because every time innovation leads the market. Innovation lead करती है market को. So if innovation is there, then only you can do this. So these kind of jobs will come. Here comes a case study. During all of my lectures and everything which I'm going to tell you, and if you are going to learn with me, I'll guide you through the case studies. The case studies are those things which really makes an engineer. Because if you understand things and you know the history of development cycle, evolution cycle, your brain is more open. And when your brain is open, it can perceive more better things. And this is what the client need. If he's paying you $10, he's not paying you to some job, just download from somewhere and hand it over. You have to use your brain, and you have to come with some new ideas. If you are good in few of the jobs you have done, what will happen? They will give you more work, and you can demand more, like per hour rate. So if you go for from 10, you can go to 20, and easily $20 per hour is a very good rate. Normally this is the rate available. So if we are in between, I'm going to take some part of it and pass it on back rest to you, and then you can work and continuously, and we can build together greater collaboration, and we are going to get earn foreign exchange for Pakistan. You will be earning better, you will be spending, the economy is going to. So I was talking about the case study. When I say that innovation is always needed, so you have to get your level where you can start thinking and do your research. So our research papers are also available. So you involved in a continuous cycle. Sony company was about to be bankrupted. It was late, like 70s or early 70s, you can say. So why it was going to be bankrupted? Because picture tube and television was emerging, and first television started in the world, and that was black and white. Then comes the color. So Blue Punk and other companies like Philips, they were good. Nowadays you don't see any products of Philips. So they were emerging, and they were emerging at that time. What happened, that Sony decided that the quality of the color picture is not too good, it's blurry, and the colors, they sometimes overlap. The reason was this, that three different beams are coming, which is striking on the main, like screen. So when they are striking and they are overlapping with each other, sometimes it's not necessary they are 100% focused. On the edges they are not focused. So if you're young, you have never seen, but if you ask your parents, they say, oh, that was, sides are always blurry and dark, center is always bright, because the beam moves like this, and the curvature is going to be made to make distance travel together on this side. Sony decided to make a tri-nitron tube. They merged three beams together and tried to pass with a single tunnel, so that emerging beam is always one, it will never overlap. They start doing, they were not getting success. And it was so much at that time that company was about to be bankrupted. At that time, one of the managers was visiting the factory, and they decided that after 3 months they will have to close this area. So one of the guys, he didn't bow his head, because in Japan you have to bow. He was very angry. He called him and said, why you didn't bow? He was already angry. He used to fire everybody. He said, just fire, start from here. He said that I didn't see you because I was so busy in my work. Now, what do you mean by so busy in work? I have my headphones and I've got my tape recorder, that was a big tape recorder, down on the table, and I've got a big wire connected, and I was working, because people, they bully with me and I get distracted from my work. So I don't want to be distracted. That's why I'm using it. All of a sudden, the manager got an idea. Say, people, they get distracted. Why not to make something, audio tape recorder that people can carry with? And they designed Walkman. And Walkman was the product which basically gave Sony a new life. So you have to understand that innovation has a value, which gives you so much power that you can revive yourself. You can bounce back from your situations. So likewise, the clients are going to see that what you are offering, and they need to redesign their products. They need to bring new products into it. So they are going to ask you your suggestions too. So you have to understand very well basic electronics. In this course, initially, when we are going for the PCB designing, we will be discussing each and everything, like what is, how we can block an AC cycle. We know we can block an AC cycle or DC cycle through a diode. So a diode turns alternating current into direct current. And if you want to block a DC, we have to use a capacitor. But if you want to block an AC, what we will do? Capacitor is going to pass it. So these are the things, and how much we want to block and how much noise we can give feedback into. So this is a modeling. I'm not going in very much detail in that part, because then it's going to be a very lengthy subject. We can go for it, because when at the end of this session, I'll tell you where I want to take you with me. You will be amazed that, okay, if we can do this, we are going to make Pakistan. We will be the first company to start manufacturing like semiconductors in Pakistan, like MOSFETs and all these things. And then that was my level. But initially, I will not take you, I'll take you an overview, and then you start designing. So designing a schematic diagram and then making a simulator, the simulation of it. What we are going to use it. I haven't mentioned in this page over here that what we are going to use it. We will be using, there are many products available which can be used for the purpose of designing. I'm going to use Altium. Why Altium? Altium is the industry leader. When you submit your resume with proficiency in Altium Summer, you have got 90% chances that you will be selected, because Altium has got the longest history of standing as a PCB design portal. It was name was Portel before, and then it comes the partners, they separated. One make Proteus and one make Altium. So Proteus was basically the part which was basically wait a minute. So Proteus was a company. Portel was a company and there are partners into it. So when they separated, one started Proteus because the trade name of Portal was assigned to that particular business venture. So they stopped it, and one started Proteus and one started LTM. So the guy who started LTM have developed more and more and more. It's quite a heavy software, but it has got loads of things available in it. So I'm going to use LTM for simulation for this, and I'm going to guide you through everything. If you see, you will be seeing that I have already opened my, wait, I show you where it's gone. So many things are open over here. Yes, here it is already here. See, so we are going to show you that how to use LTM. LTM, what I will do, whoever is going to join me for future, for working, I am going to give them this copy of mine and my key, because they will be using it for the purpose of developing, and then we will give our server key to them so they can use it. So this is expensive product, nobody normally have this thing, and especially when you're designing and you need to have things like this. So this is first thing that I just want to discuss with you, Kate, what you are going to use. Proteus is a very common thing which is available in most of the places. Wait, let me turn this thing off and go back to the one that we were having before. Acha. So Proteus has got all the things available, but people in industry, they prefer. So you need to have the knowledge for both of the things, but most preferably you are going to use Proteus. You're not going to use Proteus for development, but for understanding you can use it. Let me open my, I don't know why it's not opening, it's getting too slow because of the recording going on. The chart will come back again. I hope you guys are not getting bored with this. Can you guys hear me clearly? Okay, I come back again over here. So if you can see this like schematic designing, and so we are going to use Proteus as main. There is Eagle, there is Pro PCB, there is Easy PCB, and there are many softwares available, but we are going to use this now. Then comes, after deciding that we are able to now design. I don't know why it's just once we are comfortable that we are able to now design these portals and schematic, and we can do the simulation. So in this section we will be discussing electronic circuits, some of them architecture, component layer, designing, testing, frequency responses, power responses, power switching, optocouplers, you can say isolators, frequency isolators. There are many things. So we will discuss with few, we take few of the projects and we design a PCB, complete PCB. Meanwhile, we are designing, we'll be going through each and every node, and we do the nodal analysis, that what is the frequency passing through it, how many things we need. Then comes next thing, which is basically after simulating, once we have got things are done quite well, then we go for basic component knowledge and sizes. Now, before, it was the time when there is a valve. Now the valves are gone. Then comes discrete components like transistors. They are gone. They are used, but they are not into as before they were used. Now integrated circuits came in. They have got different standards which were designed for the packaging. So QFPGA, QFPA, and all these things, SMDs, and in SMD, there are different layers, DIL, quad, and all these things. So, and then comes transistors, capacitors. So if you see over here, I have got, like in this section, I think you can see this. There are a bunch of capacitors I have just placed over here. So I am going to give you complete knowledge of how these SMT circuits are coded and what is the meaning of those codes. Like what is the meaning of 0603? What is the meaning of 1201? And these things which are basically, and these are the sizes which are basically equally good for resistors, capacitors, and other things. Then we have got tri legged components, and we have got ICs, and for ICs there are different sizes. If it's a 8-pin IC, DIL or SIM, they have got different level. So that is going to be a different thing. Then comes the other thing, which is basically like SolidWorks, 3D designing, casing integration. Sorry. Then it once you have got through with the basic component knowledge and sizes, then you are ready to actually lay out PCB layout and do the 3D modeling, sizing, CAD CAM, Gerber file outputs. Like what is the meaning of this thing? Once you have designed schematic diagram, you know, you understand, and you have got the basic knowledge of everything, and you have tested and simulation are done, you are going to send these files to your client. The client is going to see whether it is working fine or not. If he is happy, this is the level 1 covered. After level 1 covered, you are going to place the PCB according to their sizes. According to their sizes means that how you are going to model. It's not like this is your choice that just put it like this. No, 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 no. There are always requirements of how the PCB will be designed. So over here in this portion, if you are going to see, wait a minute, I'll just make a little bit more bigger. Okay, and here if you see that this model is coming up. Okay, so this is something that they need to design. Now your layout should be according to the casing, according to how they are going to fit it in. If you are able to make this thing, then it is going to be that their requirement is going to be fulfilled. Here comes two different subjects. Over here, I'm not going to teach you SolidWorks or 3D designing softwares, but it is required and it is desired that you should be knowing exactly how this PCB is going to fit into a product. And then your PCB layout should be compatible with this one. So either they will send you this, or maybe somebody else who is working on this is going to share the mounting holes and sizes. Is going to be 3 mm like screw. No, mostly there are 3 mm screws inside the PCB. Outside body casing could be different. It could be maybe very much smaller, just like in laptops you have seen very, very small screws. They are -1, or you can say they are categorized as -1, or this is like 3 mm, 2 mm screws, and they're like you can use them. So this is going to be integration part where you have to understand these things, the requirements, and then you will receive SolidWorks files. Not only SolidWorks, it could be Sketchia, it could be AutoCAD. So AutoCAD has also got a PCB designing solution that is coming with Autodesk, and that is eCADA. eCADA means that design for like AutoCAD is designed. CAD started with in the beginning, and they named it, and they get all the patents in it. In US market, patent is a patent war is a very common marketplace. Everybody who have got a design has to go first and get his design registered, because if he is going to discuss with somebody, market is so fast they are going to develop. Once they are going to develop, and then you will be just looking at them and you can't do it. So people, what they do when they conceive a design, they get it patented for themselves, and then they start manufacturing. So they will be only coming, and you have to sign an NDA with them. Whatever you're doing, you are not going to share it with anybody else, with any other company. This is something going to be second part. Now, again, we come back to this place where we have got this. So you can see this, that over here, wait a minute, let me reduce the size. Over here, after this stage, where you have got like this stage is covered. Now, from here comes is your choice. Now, up to this level, you are okay. You're okay. You don't need to go anywhere. It's just your work is going to be with your PC, with your home, the comfort of your place, wherever you are. Maybe you can go to some office, you can work over there. But traveling makes you hectic, so you can work from home. I will share a lot of videos that CEOs are working from home. because they feel comfortable. They don't need to drive. They wake up, they make a coffee, they start working. They're relaxed. They're playing with the kids. But whenever it is needed, they are coming and they're doing job. And it's good because you don't need to travel. You don't need to have the hassle. You don't need to consume fuel. So all these things up to this level can be done. From here it comes like 4 different sections. Is more than 4, but I'm going to put 4. RF products with onboard antennas. Like this is going to be telecommunication sector, where you have to design RF Wi-Fi boards. We have to design 433 megahertz boards for radio communication, UHF, VHF boards, Wi-Fi repeaters, LC circuits. LC circuit means that where you are going to produce uh, like a combination of synchronization and producing frequencies over here. It has got its own field. What I will do that discussing this in detail in the next, because that involves like designing and then testing. So if you design and you're going to test it, then you will be able to actually provide the services for this area. We will be doing it. We will be doing it. But how and when, where? So designing is one thing, and then somebody else can test for you. Or somebody else, you send the design, somebody else will test. And then you can give. Simulation doesn't work much over here because simulation is a set of mathematical models which you apply based on ideal conditions of circuit. So you can apply it on switching circuits in programming and like digital data and all these things, but you cannot apply it to analog circuits very much, because analog circuits, if you have designed it on the basis of the data available, and deep learning is not involved over there because maybe there could be different circumstances. For example, I tell you, we were designing a precision like actuator which can stop at precise levels and then go back to again that level, and we were using it in our virtual reality gaming center. We started working, the design was fine, everything was working fine on simulation. We made the board and we started using it. Me and my engineer, who's basically right now HOD in my company in Pakistan, is an intelligent guy. He's done masters in electronics and everything. We were working, and we have got few other people are working as well, and we were unable to find out that why the value is not sticking at one place. It's just completely stationary, not moving nowhere, but the values are jumping from A to B to Z to C. Even I start putting like debouncing algos into it, so reduce the noise. I thought that we have got the wrong value of the sensor that is basically producing so much noise. We change the sensors, we change to resistive sensors and all these things, but even then we are not getting it. Finally, you know what happened? Finally, Pakistan, blessing, a big blessing, lights goes off due to load shedding. The laptop that we were using was continuously connected with the power. And we were working like 1 week completely on this, and we were unable to solve, and we have to supply the product to our Chinese client, and deal Dubai exhibition of leisure and pleasure was there, and we have to do it, and we were just working day and night, and we are unable to understand what is going on. We make 2 or 3 boards every time this thing happening. Light just goes off. Sometimes understand how God wants to help you. And the power turned off. Battery was there in our laptop, and the value becomes stationary. In a minute, it becomes stationary. We powered the system with a battery, with a car battery, and start running it. It was working 100% fine. So what was the problem? The problem was when we connect our laptop with the mains line, it was generating so much noise because the system was getting the feedback from the board into our computer. That line, which is basically 5 volts, got polluted because the adapter, which is basically supplying power to the laptop, was not right. So see, understand, experience has got no shortcut. Experience has got no shortcut. These things, they do come. So we will remain focused to our subject over here, that how we are going to do this. So this part can be done later. Now then come power electronics. Power electronics is required in every industry. In every industry, there is a power electronics required. So you have got DC drive for low voltage, small motors, and this, and a lot of things are there. And then you have got high voltage DC motors, which are basically 440 volts DC motors, 3-phase motors, big industrial motors. So you have to make drives for them, which are basically based on IGBTs. MOSFETs, big power MOSFETs and IGBTs. And then we have got AC drives, which is basically high power AC drive. They have got delta starters, and they have got clutches and all these things. So there is always electrical plus electronics. Now electrical is just changed to electronics. Mostly electrical was before turning on and off, but and seeing the field, magnetic field and generation, all this. No. It's just change. It's now getting more and more into many things which are basically involving AC and DC both. Then we have got AC drives with variable frequency control. This is a new area which we will discuss sometime. I'll give you 100% good knowledge about it, that how frequency plays a vital role in the designing of components and how they have reduced so much power and why it is used for green power. In UK now they are working producing electricity through leaves, because photosynthesis is a process. So we have seen valves over there that it can only be done by higher frequency, it cannot be done by lower frequency. So how we are going to harness frequencies turning into electricity in what are perpetual motion machines, which can be worked on VFCs. So this is something which is going to be subject which will come, and in future we will discuss it. Then brushless motor controllers, all the drones, they have got brushless motor controllers. Brushes, they go out, especially where you have got very high speeds, like if you have got 20,000 RPM in a in a hand grinder, small hand grinder, the speeds are 20,000, 30,000 RPM. So this there you can't use like carbon brushes, because they're going to deteriorate very quickly, and this is happening. So all good companies, they are making brushless motors. In like handheld drill machines, they are very cheap, so they don't use brushless circuits, because brushless circuit costs money, and brushes are coming for 2 rupees, 5 rupees. It's just simple graphite thingy which is connected and providing current to different areas. Then we have got like a lot of things are in power electronics. I can discuss a lot into this area because it's not my domain. We have designed brushless motors up to 50 kilowatt for full electric turbochargers and big power IGBTs. And this is one of the things I'm going to tell you. If you see our videos on our YouTube channel, Winson AL, in 2010, I patented and I designed one thing which is called E-electric fans. E-electric fans are based on these kind of technologies. It can save, like a normal fan consumes 100 watt. So E-fan will be going to cover 17 to 18 watts. And the demo is available. It was demonstrated in an exhibition, and people, they come and see. But unfortunately, I was kidnapped and I have to move back to UK. We stopped that project. We've got many products like this. So we have got very good experience in this area. We will surely discuss. And those who have got a mind of an inventor, they are going to enjoy with me, because I'm going to give them work to do, ideas, and we can work together. And because I have got so many things to do, I cannot go for everything, but I certainly can do, and we will be doing it. Then comes the area where you are interested in. Okay, so this is something where you are interested in, and that is something for which yesterday a guy was saying that, oh, it's a good bad ideas. So I just asked him, if you have got so much knowledge, why not you take the project? I have given the project and he ran away, because lip service is very easy, delivery is the main thing. लिप सर्विस तो सब कर लेते हैं, जब प्रोजेक्ट दिया गया, $1000 का प्रोजेक्ट दे दिया गया, उसी वक्त सारी बातें करा दी गई, सब कुछ हो गई, तो बाद में आया कि सर ये तो बहुत मुश्किल है, कांट डू इट। हालांकि वो ऑनलाइन काम था, उसमें कोई हार्डवेयर डेवलप नहीं करना था। तो व्हेन आई सी पीपल लाइक दिस, आई ऑलवेज से ओके भाई, प्रूव योर वर्थ बाय शोइंग योर मेटल, नॉट बाय वर्ड्स, एंड देन थिंग्स हैपन लाइक दिस। सो अब हमारे पास अगला है माइक्रो कंट्रोलर बेस्ड सर्किट, फर्मवेयर ड्राइवर कंट्रोलर सर्किट्स। दिस इज गोइंग टू बी a complete online sector, and you don't need to have it. Girls, they can do it at home if they are good into it. You don't need to have a hardware lab. For others areas, from this level onward, from here on this level, you can do, wait a minute, I'll show you something. For up to this level, which is basically up to this level, knowledge base and PCB modeling, and this level, you can do it online, because customer needs services. So they don't mind that if you're coming, because they have got their hardware engineers separate, and you are going to collaborate with them. Remember, in every engineering cycle, there are different layers. One of the layer is basically like designer. Say, for example, I give you an easy example, which is a day-to-day life example for you. One of the simplest thing is that an architecture. You are a civil worker. So civil worker, civil engineering has got layer. Architect is going to design. He's not going to build. Okay. Then civil engineer is going to implement, but he's not going to work with his hands because he's got knowledge and everything, and he's engineer. He's qualified into area. So he's going to say that how much mortar you have to mix, how much water, what will be the ratio, and how much and strength it is needed. Although it is designed by architect, architect is given a shape. Now civil engineer is giving a structure. Okay, and then comes the third layer, which is the lower layer, which is basically the implementer, foreman, and all these people, and then come labor do the work, and some machinery. After this, who comes? After comes the interior decorators, and they place the things, and they put the wall on the color, they give you the color combinations and all these things. So everybody has got its own job and its role. Up to here, if you think, I can say that you are the architecture of a product. You're an architect of a product. You have to understand this way. Up to here, there is no need to go anywhere. You can design this up to this layer. This all is going to be designed on your PC, and then it goes to the hardware side. But these are going to come from the hardware side. This power electronics is, they are going to test your design. And then if there is a fault, they're going to come back and they're going to ask a change in your circuit design. So there are fools. There are fools. We were just talking yesterday that, okay, nobody can do it in this. They're fools. I must say they're fools because they have no knowledge. They are studying from somewhere. I don't know how have they come to this conclusion. But if you go Google, find remote PCB designing jobs, you find loads of jobs available, which are basically completely remote. They mention it's remote, and they're paying very good money because they need people. If you are intelligent enough and you learn, you can start earning sitting at your home at a very high level. It's not only freelancing is done by software engineers. They are now crushed. They are not paying them good money. But with us, in the layer between the client and you'll go have good value because we are going to say, we are going to provide all the support. We guarantee that this will be delivered. And that's why where we come. So we get contract with them. We pass to you. You are going to complete. We are going to deliver. And it's going to be a one-to-one working relationship between us. Now there comes microcontroller based circuits, firmwares, and control circuitry. Nobody in Pakistan can claim that I'm a designer. I design drivers. Why? Is it a different thing? Difficult thing? No, it's not difficult. Then why it is happening? Because the reason behind this is Pakistan is not producing anything. Electronically, they are not making. No company in Pakistan make any printers, which is a very simple thing. Which is a very simple thing. No company is making any kind of product that is need to be connected, and that is an electronic based. So they need a driver for this. So they need to learn that how Windows, iOS, Android, they are going to get the information back and forth from the equipment and the product, and how to design those things. Even nobody has written any USB level of work that they design something where when they connect, their name is coming up on the PC, on your computer, that designed by Winson, designed by this, designed by Mr. Faisal, Mr. this, or just I'm telling you, nobody have worked onto this level. So going into the designing of drivers is just way beyond their level of understanding. But here we are going to do it because we are going to involve into a product development scenario. So we need to do it. It's not going to happen that somebody else. So you will get the knowledge that how you are going to do it, and then you will be coming up. So here we have got PIC microcontrollers, and with the PIC microcontrollers, now I'm telling you one very strange things. After this screen, I'll share with you. Arduino board is nowhere existing in the line of successful microcontrollers in the companies who are basically doing it. I show you something. This is, I'm just opening it to show you. So you need to understand these things. Let me open it. Because it is, the session is recording. Before I was not recording it, so there was not too much lagging. But this time it's lagging a lot just because the recording is going on. It's a screen shared thing. Okay, it's coming up. So Arduino board is basically existing almost nowhere. Okay, wait a minute. Let me, yes, 10 top 10 microcontrollers. This, this. Okay, these are the companies. If you see over here, they are the main companies manufacturing microcontrollers for real-time products. You will not be able to see arm.com over here. Arm company doesn't make any microcontroller. This Atmega, this is UNO board, they are for the students only. They are happy with this market because they are selling in millions, and in Pakistan market, teachers, students, everybody is going into it. But when you go to the deep cycle, you will find that they are not suitable for production line. There are many reasons for this, and the technical reasons are there. So if you open your washing machine, you'll never find an Atmega 328 or UNO board over there. They are not there because they are not designed for those things. So there are production lines. So the Texas Instrument make all TI, TMS microcontrollers. They are processors you will find in many companies. So this is coming in the top. Then comes Microchip, which are basically making more than 3,000 variants of a microcontroller. Silicon Labs, all the microcontrollers coming with the CP, CP, word CP, and they are basically prefix. They are basically Silicon Lab. Then Renses Tech Corporation, they are making with DF78 D78 series. They are into multiple products which are basically handheld POS payment systems. Intel, in the introduction. Dallas Semiconductor, Fujitsu is from Japan, and then you have got ST microcontrollers. Zlog is making an Express Tech. They basically manufacture uh, microcontrollers and controller boards for industry, for production lines, and they have got different prices. They sometimes do that. You make one board, and just because you don't need to change all the time the codes, is one product is designed, you don't need to upgrade it. And if you need to upgrade, just need to upgrade your version, software version. Their hardware pins are going to remain same because it's a body already designed, is a function already designed. So what they do, they go for OTPs, one time programmable, and they burn them once, and then they are finished, and they cannot be reprogrammed, and they are very cheap. Because why? Because then they have got no more non-volatile RAM inside there. If there is no non-volatile RAM inside there, the structure is going to be very easy. There are fuse system inside. So they burn the fuse. And I will guide you how these things, they do work, what I mean with this, because in details when you, and I think that none of you guys who have done graduation have ever come across with this kind of communication, with this kind of experience, which I'm talking about. And this is a practical life working experiences and knowledge that I'm going to deliver to you. Then comes, like, after once you have got through with this, I am coming back to my thingy, basically going to increase is coming over here. Yeah. So what is happening that after PIC microcontrollers, you have got many 32-bit, 16-bit. Then comes firmware, is C++ and C. Then main thing comes where your online job is going to be successful. If you know, you don't need to make it. It's going to be FPGA, Verilog, PAL, GAL, all these family of chips, which you might never have heard of because you have never used them, because you are strapped into Arduino board, and sensors available for that. That's all. Because, and you're very happy that, oh, you have done this. So the guy who was yesterday talking to me, and he just showed me a picture of his board. It was a single layer board, badly designed, and he was claiming that he have done so many projects and he can take a project. So I give him the project and he just walk away because he can't do it. I knew, but I'm not going to let him come back in, because those who think that they know everything or they have got good knowledge, they have got big knowledge, they are the failures. This is everyday changing technologies. Every day new things are coming. You can't even cope with the knowledge that is coming up. So if you do work in one area and you just complete it, you are very happy, and you have to keep yourself updated every time because new things are coming. So evolution of electronics is very fast. So you have to understand this thing. So I'm coming with the Vivado and Xilinx FPGA. You are going to learn in deep in this tutorial, in this course, that how to program them, because Our clients need this, and they are very good, well paid for these things. And then RTL, like register transfer language for hardware programming, then Verilog for VHDL, HDL, netlist, block designing. Then with all these things, you will be excelling into this area, and this is all online. You don't need to have any hardware lab for this, because you're designing and simulating and producing it for the people. Then comes ATML family, at Mega, AVR. I just put it because you are familiar with this and students are familiar with this. So this is how things are going to work. Now I'm going to reduce the size again, and I'm going to come back on this sensor sides. So sensors, detectors, flame detectors, gas sensors, microvolt amplifiers, touch screens, hall sensors. These are the sensors. What is the difference between sensors and RF? RF also comes with a very microvolt with a high frequency, but sensors come with microvolts and comes with not high frequency but DC volts, and sometimes they are sensitive. For example, I want to pick my brain's like signals, so I need to have a echo. I need to have a system to get it from there. So they are going to come and they are related to hardware. So I think that I have already taken like 1 hour for you guys to describe. I'm coming to the conclusion of this thing. Then we will discuss a little bit more about few things, and then we will start our question answer session. So then comes that what are the programming languages you are going to use in this area? In this area, the top language going on nowadays or in 2020 was Python. Python was 100% ranking on the top. Then comes C++, C, and then comes Java, then C Sharp, then comes PHP, then comes React Native, JavaScript, Go, and Flutter. All these things they come because they are all needed. They are all needed. So what Microsoft have done, where he is lost in C Sharp way back. So open source is coming up. Open source is the key for the future. Mostly our servers are coming on open source. They're not coming on anything else. Now, I just show you one board, which is basically based on a FPGA. This is an FPGA, which is from Xilinx. And then this is a board where you have to program things and you can run it. So in next session, whenever we start about schematic design and simulators, I give you the brief description about how the FPGA work, why they are expensive, but why they are highly used. An FPGA can handle 500 megahertz. A microcontroller cannot go beyond 15, 16, 30, 20 megahertz. And in microcontrollers, you're very much limited. So if you need to learn and get more knowledge, you have to learn FPGA, because this is going to be used in your radars. This is going to be used in your army products. This is going to be used in everything. So you will be a valuable asset for your country if you know these things. But unfortunately, nobody in Pakistan teaches these things. They teach theoretically, but nobody has basically extending their support, and there are fewer jobs in Pakistan. But what we will do, you know these things, we'll get you jobs, we'll get you work from US market, from UK market, other places. These are the niche areas where I can design 10 microcontrollers in one FPGA. 10 microcontrollers. I can design any kind of digital circuitry which is needed in my FPGA. And it's very fast. And I can design LCD controllers with FPGA. So you have to understand these things. What is basically needed. Those I discarded from this group are those they are claiming that they know a lot. So I say goodbye. You know a lot, come and do the projects, make money. I don't want like people who just say that they don't know. If I'm going to ask a simple RTL language code, they will not be able to answer me because they don't know about it, but they are claiming. So those who claiming they are big, let them remain in their homes big. I need you guys, if you understand, if you think what you're going to learn in this and it's really needed, then I'm going to guide you. Other than this, we have got other projects which are coming up. Finally, I conclude this session, which is basically defining like what we are going to do, what we are going to see in our coming future. And let me take a little breath first. Okay, so this is something what we are going to see, what we are going to do. If you guys like coming to the next point is what we are going to do other than this and how you are going to be successful with this. Now, here comes one thing. The main thing is, just let me speak. Let me let me explain you that how we are going to proceed with this in the future. All those guys who are going to join us, they are going to have one product of their own that they have to manufacture, they have to make. Once they are making their own products, they are going to earn every day, like kitchen money, which is whatever the work is coming from there is a bonus. For example, what works we will give it to them. After designing, we will arrange few things for them and they have to manufacture those things. And this manufacturing facility we are going to provide them. There are many variants of small non-casing based small products which we will discuss in next session, and we will provide you support to actually get a pick and place machine, and then you are going to use those pick and place machines to basically work with this, and then you are going to produce output from there. And this those are going to be a real continuous income for you guys. हम आपको उन चीज़ों पे ट्रेन कर देंगे, वो हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है, और आप वो प्रोड्यूस करवाएंगे। आपको हम सपोर्ट करेंगे, आप अपने अंडर में कुछ लोगों को रखेंगे जो कि जूनियर्स होंगे या डिप्लोमा होल्डर्स होंगे। आपने वो डिज़ाइनिंग खुद बनानी है पूरी इस पूरे सेशन के एंड में। तो इस तरह आपको एक प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा जो ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी, कार्नेवल यूनिवर्सिटी, कैम्ब्रिज यूनिवर्सिटी के लेवल पे जिस तरह देते हैं वो, दे वांटेड पीपल टू बी सेल्फ सस्टेनिंग। सो व्हेन दे वांटेड टू बी सेल्फ सस्टेनिंग, देन व्हाट इज नीडेड कि वो लोग अपने पैरों पे खड़े हों और वो अपने पैरों पे खड़े होकर खुद जो है ना अपने प्रोडक्ट्स डिज़ाइन करना शुरू करें, और वो जॉब से ज़्यादा स्टार्टअप्स पे चले जाएं। ये मैंने जिसका नाम दिया था रागिब हुसैन, उसकी मैंने वीडियो शेयर की थी, उसने स्टार्टअप बनाया था, किसी ने उसको फंडिंग की। इसी तरह तुम लोगों को अगर मैं सोच दे रहा हूँ, रास्ता दे रहा हूँ, मैं तुम लोगों को स्टार्टअप भी ला सकता हूँ। और स्टार्टअप का मतलब ये होता है कि यू कैन टुमारो बिकम अ बिजनेसमैन बाय योरसेल्फ। सो आपके पास दोनों रास्ते मौजूद हैं, लर्निंग दी हाईएस्ट एडवांस। इसीलिए मैंने इस ग्रुप का नाम रखा था एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी। अब मैं करूँगा ये कि आज के बाद वो ग्रुप खत्म हो जाएगा क्योंकि जिन लोगों को हमने सेलेक्ट करना है वो हमें डायरेक्टली मैसेज कर देंगे, और वो मैसेज करने के बाद फिर हम उस ग्रुप को ख़त्म कर देंगे, और वो ग्रुप ख़त्म हो जाएगा क्योंकि वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ इस हद तक लाने के लिए था कि आप LMS तक पहुँच जाए। हमने इसीलिए फीस नहीं रखी थी कोई, क्योंकि पिछली दफ़ा जो वेबिनार हुआ था उसके अंदर हमने सिर्फ डिस्कस किया था और बहुत सारे लोग भी थे। आज के उसमें हमने आपको बताया कि हम आपको कराने क्या जा रहे हो और टारगेट क्या है। अब अगर आप में से जो लोग ज्वाइन करना चाहेंगे वो आप पर्सनली मैसेज कर दिएगा, वहाँ पे मिस लीना है, वहाँ पे अली हैदर है, वो लोग आपको कांटेक्ट कर लेंगे, उनके साथ आपकी पूरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो जाएगी। और फिर से अच्छा, बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे हैं जो बेचारे गरीब हैं, जो पैसे नहीं दे सकते। मैंने उनके लिए ये रखा है कि देखो बात ये है कि हमारा भी टाइम है, मैं एक बहुत ही एक्सपेंसिव आदमी हूँ, लेकिन मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मुझे फ्यूचर में अपने लिए भी डेवलप करना है और लोगों को भी प्रोड्यूस करना है। फिर उसके बाद जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं वहाँ पे यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर, उनकी भी सैलरीज है। अगर हम ये करने लगे ना कि हर किसी को हम कह दें कि भाई ठीक है जी, कोई बात नहीं, आप फीस ना दें, या तो आपकी स्किल्स ऐसी हो कि हम आपको कहें कि हाँ ठीक है जी, आपकी स्किल्स इतनी ज़्यादा अच्छी हैं कि हमें आपकी ज़रूरत है और हम आपको फिर पे भी करें। लेकिन अगर खुदा ना खास्ता अभी आप नॉर्मल एवरेज उसके ऊपर हैं और आपने लर्न करना है, तो फिर हम आपको पे नहीं कर सकते। तो हम आपको इस तरह से लेकर के आ रहे हैं। ये ओपन है, इसमें आप जब कंप्लीट कर लेंगे यू कैन अर्न अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, बट यू कैन ऑलवेज गो अवे फ्रॉम दिस। सेकंड जो चीज़ है उसके अंदर ये कि जिन लोगों के पास पैसे नहीं है, हम उनको खाली नहीं छोड़ रहे। हम उनको ये नहीं कह रहे कि भाई आप चले जाएँ, हम आपको नहीं सिखाएँगे क्योंकि पास पैसे नहीं है। नहीं, हम उनको दूसरे रास्ते बता रहे हैं। हमारे पास दूसरे कुछ प्रोग्राम्स हैं जिसमें हमने बिल्कुल अपने एक फ्री कुछ कोर्सेज़ रखे, जिसके बाद वो स्टार्ट अर्निंग कर सकते हैं, फिर वो जॉइन कर सकते हैं इस प्रोग्राम को। ऐसा नहीं है कि वो नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि हर शख्स का हक है कि इल्म हासिल करे। तो हमने उनको वो रास्ते दे दिए, जैसे हमारा वर्चुअल असिस्टेंट वाला है, तो हमने वो प्रोडक्ट्स बनाई। आप लोग जो प्रोडक्ट्स बनाएँगे वो भी यूके, यूरोप में अमेज़न और इस पे ही बिकेंगे, और मैं प्रोडक्ट्स आपको दे दूँगा, फ़ौरन ही दे दूँगा, ताकि जिन लोगों ने अगर हमें यानी जल्दी पेमेंट कर देते हैं, तो हम उनको जल्दी दे देंगे, क्योंकि हमने उनके बाद उस पे कंसंट्रेट करना है, क्योंकि उनकी भी आमदनी शुरू हो जाएगी, वो लर्न भी करते रहेंगे और हमारा भी काम चलना शुरू हो जाएगा। क्योंकि तुम्हें सिखाने में जो मुझे पैसे मिल रहे हैं वो कुछ भी नहीं है। वो तो मेरे लिए, अगर मैं ये कहूँ कि जस्ट लाइक दाढ़ भी गीली करने वाली बात नहीं है वो, और मैं 5 महीने 6 महीने तुम लोगों के साथ लगाऊँगा, तो वो नहीं। मेरा मकसद ये है कि तुम लोग वो प्रोडक्ट्स बनाओ जिससे हम पैसे कमाएँ, और तुम वो सर्विसेज़, टेक्निकल सर्विस एक्सपोर्ट करो जिससे हम भी पैसे कमाएँ, तुम भी पैसे कमाओ। तो मेरा फ़ायदा बनता है कि ये मैं इन्वेस्टमेंट करूँ। भई एक आदमी किसी जगह इन्वेस्ट करता है प्रॉपर्टी में, सस्ती प्रॉपर्टी खरीदता है, वो फिर उसका वेट करता है, फिर वो जब कीमत बढ़ती है उसको भी। तो अगर हम तुम्हारी एक्सपर्टीज़ में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं और हम इस वक़्त कम पैसों में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं और हम कह रहे हैं कि ठीक है ये हमारा बाद में हमारे काम आएगा, तो दिस इज़ द एजेंडा हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू वर्क। तो आप सब लोगों के पास अथॉरिटी होगी, ऑथराइज़ होंगे, इवन लड़कियाँ भी ये कर सकती हैं कि वो प्रोडक्ट्स करवा सकती हैं। उसमें कोई कोई इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई बहुत मुश्किल काम है। चलो मैं बता देता हूँ। आर्डिनो बोर्ड्स की बहुत ज़्यादा डिमांड है स्टूडेंट लेवल के ऊपर। कई मिलियंस में बिकते हैं। मैं आपको मुख्तलिफ बोर्ड्स दूंगा डिज़ाइन करने के लिए, उसमें कुछ एडिशन करवाऊंगा, और फिर SM रज़ा हैं एक हमारे दोस्त हैं, उन्होंने चाइना में फैक्ट्री लगाई हुई है आर्डिनो बोर्ड की, वो कई लाख बोर्ड बेच रहे हैं। तो कहते हैं लोग बेवकूफ़ हैं, जाते नहीं है। अच्छा, जो प्रोडक्शन लाइन वाले लोग हैं जिनकी प्रोडक्ट डिज़ाइन होती है वो सर जाते नहीं है, यानी लोग ले रहे हैं, अमेजोन पे ले रहे हैं, इस पे ले रहे हैं, तो वो उनको सप्लाई कर रहे हैं और उनकी चाइना में फैक्ट्री है। तो मैंने उससे कहा रज़ा से कि रज़ा तुम वहाँ लगा लो, अब SM रज़ा लिखो अमेजोन पे आ जाएगा तुम्हें, और उसके बोर्ड पे भी SM रज़ा प्रिंटेड है। तो अब ये कि हमने उससे कहा, तो उसने कहा यार फ़ायदा कोई नहीं है, लोग अंडरस्टैंड करते नहीं है चीज़ों को, हर कोई जो है ना अपनी उसमें चल रहा है। यहाँ चाइनीज़ है, मुझे कोई परवाह नहीं है, वो बना के मैंने जैसा उनको डिज़ाइन दे दिया देते चले जाते हैं, उनसे मेरी फिक्स अमाउंट है, मैं प्रॉफिट कमा रहा हूँ, मुझे क्या ज़रूरत पड़ी है कि मैं जाके चिक-चिक में पड़ूँ। बात उसकी भी सही थी, क्योंकि जब हम यहाँ पे आते हैं ना, तो बहुत सारे लोग इस नीयत से इस ग्रुप में आए थे कि जी वो कल उनको जॉब मिल जाएगी, कुछ ने तो क्लेम किया जी इतना काम जानते हैं, तो हमने कहा फ़ौरन ये ले लो काम। जब काम दिया तो आउट। अच्छा, फिर वो जो उनके काम थे वो इतने बचकाना थे कि इंटरनेशनल वर्ल्ड के अंदर तो उनको हम डिस्कस भी नहीं कर सकते, ये चीज़ें जानते हैं। तो हम जो है उन सारे लोगों को डिस्कार्ड करके जो कुछ लोग रह गए थे उनको हम लेकर के आए, और अब इनमें से देखते हैं कितने हमारे साथ कंटिन्यू करते हैं, कितने छोड़ के चले जाते हैं। जो छोड़ के चला जाएगा कोई मसला नहीं है, हमारे पास हम और भी करेंगे, लेकिन इससे हमें कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता। ठीक है, ये हो गई एक बात। अब मेरे ख्याल है मैं खासा बोल लिया। अगर किसी के कोई क्वेश्चन आंसर्स हैं तो वो मुझसे यानी रेज़ हैंड करके पूछ सकता है, और अगर नहीं है तो फिर हम इस सेशन को क्लोज़ करें। फिर आप लोग जो है उनसे, जो हमारे ऑफ़िस के लोग हैं उनसे बातचीत करते रहिएगा, फिर जैसे भी होगा फिर आप हमें बता दीजिएगा। इज़ इट ऑल गुड? नो क्वेश्चंस? मैं उसको ओपन कर देता हूँ, लाइक आप लोग वो कर सकते हैं, रेज़ हैंड भी कर सकते हैं, क्वेश्चन भी पूछ सकते हैं। ओके, I think nobody has got any questions, so all good to go. We finish this session, and we will see how we are going to move ahead. ठीक है? Thank you, guys. You can unmute. Okay, fine. I'll make you unmute. Yeah. Okay. Ask to unmute. You're unmuted. Just unmute yourself, Hamza.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर। सबसे पहले आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर, आपने हमें इनवाइट किया। बहुत ज़्यादा नॉलेज आपने प्रोवाइड की। तो सर क्वेश्चन मेरा ये था कि हमें अब तो ऑनलाइन कोर्स होगा ना सारा ये, तो प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज हमें कैसे मिलेगी? क्योंकि पीसीबी डिज़ाइनिंग सब कुछ ये प्रैक्टिकली होगा, तो कोई रिसर्च सेंटर आपका या कुछ इस तरह का हम प्रैक्टिकली एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा, या सिर्फ ऑनलाइन होगा ये 6 मंथ्स?
नहीं, ऐसा है कि इसके अंदर मैंने जब तुम लोगों को बताया था तो तुम लोगों को चीज़ें बताई थी कि बहुत सारी तो रिमोट जॉब्स हैं। जो रिमोट जॉब्स का लेवल है ना, वो लेवल 3 पे आके एंड हो जाता है। वहाँ पे फिर आप चले जाएंगे जो FPGA वगैरह के ऊपर है, ठीक है? वहाँ तक तो आपको किसी भी लैब वगैरह की ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने समझाया था इंजीनियरिंग में मुख्तलिफ लेयर्स होती हैं, एक टॉप लेयर होती है, एक बॉटम लेयर होती है, आर्किटेक्ट डिज़ाइन करता है, सिविल इंजीनियर इम्प्लीमेंट कराता है, लोग काम करते हैं। तो एक तो सबसे पहले आपका लेवल ये, दूसरा लेवल आपका क्या है? दूसरा लेवल बता दूँ। दूसरा लेवल ये कि हमने कराची के अंदर NH यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर पूरा एक लैब बनाई है, और वो लैब बनाई इसीलिए कि जो प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट होगी उसकी टेस्टिंग हो सके, क्योंकि अगर आपने किसी फॉरेनर के लिए कोई प्रोडक्ट बनाई है तो अब हमने ये देखा कि हमारे पास बहुत सारे लोग जो आ रहे हैं वो आ रहे हैं कहाँ से? वो आ रहे हैं इस्लामाबाद वगैरह की साइड से। तो हमने CIT में एक कंपनी है जो कि बेसिकली अमार जाफरी साहब हैं, जो कि DG FIA थे पहले, और उन्होंने ये पूरा एयरपोर्ट के सिस्टम, उन्होंने एक कंपनी बनाई हुई थी, तो उन्होंने हमारे साथ कोलैबोरेट किया। उन्होंने कहा कि जी वी वांट कि पाकिस्तान में लोगों को हाईटेक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और इन सब चीज़ों का पता चले, तो लिहाजा उन्होंने हमारे साथ कोलैबोरेट किया। अब हमने वहाँ पे वो लगा दिया। तो जो लोग हार्डवेयर में इंटरेस्टेड हैं वो हो जाएंगे। अच्छा, अब इसका बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन इसने मुझे पूछा था। देखो, आपको लोगों को जो चीज़ सिखाई जा रही है उसके अंदर साथ-साथ मैं आपको एक बता दूँ, आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियर हैं, ठीक है? आपके पास क्या-क्या चीज़ें अपने टूल बैग में हमेशा होनी चाहिए। एक आपके पास टेस्टर होना चाहिए, एक आपके पास मल्टीमीटर होना चाहिए, क्योंकि आपके हाथ, पैर, आँख, नाक, कान आपका मल्टीमीटर है, ठीक है? इस तरह की जो चीज़ें वो आपके पास होनी चाहिए, और आप अपने घर से बैठ कर के भी उनको ऑपरेट कर सकते हैं। तो टेस्टिंग का बहुत ज़्यादा काम जो है ना वो आप अपने पास करेंगे। उसके बाद आती है प्रोडक्शन लाइन, कि आपने सब सीख लिया, हमने इस्लामाबाद में आपको ट्रेनिंग भी प्रोवाइड कर दी, फिजिकल हार्डवेयर ट्रेनिंग भी आपने ले ली। अब आप क्या करेंगे? अब आप करेंगे ये कि आप अपने ही एक छोटा-सा सेटअप बनाएँगे। देखो, मैं तुमको कभी अगर इनवाइट करूँ ना कि तुम मेरे साथ हांगकांग चलो, हांगकांग में इतनी सारी प्रोडक्ट्स, एक बिल्डिंग है ऊपर से, एक 80 स्टोरेज बिल्डिंग है, 70 स्टोरेज बिल्डिंग है, कोई जगह ही नहीं हांगकांग में, जजीरा है। तो वहां पर एक एक कमरे में ना, जो 10 बाय 10 के कमरे में ना 3-4 लोग बैठे हुए और वो इंडस्ट्री लगी हुई और वो बनाए चले जा रहे हैं। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के लिए कोई बहुत बड़ी वो नहीं चाहिए, आप टेक्सटाइल में थोड़ी लगा रहे हैं कि आपको बहुत बड़ी स्पेस चाहिए, उसमें अंदर बड़ी बड़ी मशीनें लगी हुई। ये तो एक पिक एंड प्लेस मशीन रखी है आपने, पीसीबी आपने अपना डिजाइन किया हुआ, पीसीबी बन के आपके पास आ गया, और पीसीबी बन के आने के बाद आपने पिक एंड प्लेस मशीन से उस पर माउंटिंग की, उसको टेस्ट रन किया, पैक किया और आपने भेजना शुरू कर दिया। और पर पीस, यानी ये समझो, मैं तुम्हें सिंपल सी बात बता रहा हूँ, इतनी छोटी सी बात बता रहा हूँ, मैं आपको अगर आर्डिनो बोर्ड का एक सेंसर दे दूँ ना, जिसकी 1 लाख पीस की रिक्वायरमेंट है सालाना, 1 लाख पीस एक बंदे से, वो 10-20 मिलियन की क्वांटिटी पूरी दुनिया में बिकते हैं। तो वो चाइना इसीलिए जीत रहा है। मैं आपको दे दूं कि भाई ठीक है, आपने सिर्फ 10,000 पीस बनाने और 100 रुपए बच रहे हो, तो आपको 1 मिलियन मिलता है यार, 1 मिलियन रुपीज यू कैन मेक पर मंथ। जो मैं आप लोगों को समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि आपका लेवल क्या हो सकता है। अब आप उस लेवल को अक्वायर करने की कोशिश करें। बहुत सारे लोग हैं, जैसे तुमने बहुत अच्छा सवाल किया, तुमने अपनी सोच के हिसाब से सवाल किया, और वो मुझे बताना ज़रूरी है कि देखो, तुम लोगों को अपने आप को डेवलप करना होगा। अब जो लड़कियां हैं वो घर में कैसे काम कर सकती हैं, तो ठीक है, उनके लिए कि अगर वो अभी स्टार्ट ले रही हैं, तो उनका भी तो पैशन है ना, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की, इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग की है। तो ये समझो कि एक तो आपकी हमेशा अपनी अलग लैब होनी चाहिए, जो आपका एक छोटा सा एरिया अपने घर में, अपने कमरे में, किसी भी जगह पे आप अपने पास बनाएं, या किसी दोस्तों के साथ मिलकर अरेंज कर लें, जहां आप खुद अपनी R&Ds कर सकें, फारिग वक्त में जाके इसको हॉबी के तौर पे कर सकें। हम लोग हॉबीस्ट थे सारे के सारे, हम लोग की हॉबी थी, तो हमने जाके कुल रेडियो होता था कराची में, वहां से जाके चीज़ें खरीदते थे, ठीक है, वो ला करके बनाते थे। तो आई थिंक आई हैव गिवन यू अ वेरी क्लियर आंसर कि 3-4 तरह की चीज़ें हैं इसमें। आपको हार्डवेयर लैब हमारे पास कराची में मौजूद है, इस्लामाबाद में हमारे पास फरवरी में मौजूद होगी, लेकिन बाय द टाइम तो आपके पास FPGA तक पहुंचने में इतना टाइम लग जाएगा कि आप ये, अगर ये चीज़ें नॉलेज हासिल कर सकते हैं, तो आप अल्टीमेटली इस काबिल हो जाएंगे कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स बनाने के बाद कि आपको हम फॉरेन जो लोग हैं उनके साथ कनेक्ट करवाना शुरू करें। तो अर्निंग शुरू होगी ना, तो फिर सब कुछ सही हो जाएगा। अर्निंग शुरू नहीं होगी ना, तो फिर आप एग्जॉस्ट हो जाएंगे। ये मेन सब्जेक्ट है। हमजा, आर यू क्लियर?
यस सर, थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत शुक्रिया आपका।
एनीबडी एल्स, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन और ऑल सेट टू गो? ठीक है, मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों को डिस्कार्ड कर दिया था उसमें से, और कुछ लोगों को जो है ना इसलिए डिस्कार्ड कर दिया गया था कि उनका ख्याल ये था कि उनकी नॉलेज बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो हमने उनको डिस्कार्ड कर दिया। जिन्होंने अभी अटेंड की, अब उनको अंदाज़ा हो गया कि लेवल क्या है जो हम अचीव करने जा रहे हैं, लेवल किस तरह से, और आप सब लोग जो इसे ज्वाइन करते हैं, तो व्हाट दे विल अचीव थ्रू दिस। तो बिकॉज आई डोंट सी लाइक काइंडली अनम्यूट शेहर बानो। ओके, वेरी सॉरी। ओके, आई आस्क टू अनम्यूट। देखिए, आप अनम्यूट हो गई। शेरबानु, आर यू अनम्यूटेड नाउ? I'm just unmuting, like asking to unmute for everybody if they have got any questions. Ji, Sherbano, you asked me to unmute you. Are you unmuted now? Okay. Not yet. आप क्लिक करें उसको, हो जाएगा। Wait a minute. मेरे पास से मैंने आपको अनम्यूट किया हुआ है। Ask to unmute. Now you can unmute yourself. Click twice, maybe it will go. Wait, मैं यहाँ से करता हूँ इसको ना। Okay, now you can unmute yourself. Now anybody can unmute themselves. Vincent, I'm unmuting you. Just check whether you can unmute yourself or not. So maybe people want to ask some questions in this. Okay.
Unmute ho gaya.
Shaibano, if you have got any question, you asked that what is the fee process? First of all, what I did, that I didn't ask anybody to submit the fees. there are people who are asking me that we want to submit the fees and when we can submit. I ask them not to submit right now, because first of all, when I'm clear that I really want you, then I'll ask you. And it's not necessary that if you can pay the fees, you are going to join us. Very clear. If you have got like urge and we discuss and we find that, okay, you are really looking forward to gain knowledge and you are one who is basically suitable for the company for the future, this is not a money making agenda. So that's why we just created that group, and we ask everybody to come and join if they really want it. And that is the, so Shervano, what we will do that some of like Vincent or Elena will contact you somehow, and they will see that sometime we'll discuss, and if you want to submit the fees, they will going pay. So those who are very poor, they really can't pay, we have got other means. और आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट ये कि हमारे उस वेंचर को जिसमें हम लोगों को चाहते हैं कि एक्स्ट्रा इनकम हो, उसको ज़्यादा ज़्यादा फैलाएं। आप लोग भी कर सकते हैं साथ साथ, इसमें कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर आप एक सब्जेक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं और आप एक जगह फीस पे कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आपकी फीस एक दूसरे तरीके से उसी कंपनी से निकल के आ रही है, तो इसमें कोई बुरी बात नहीं है। वो वर्चुअल असिस्टेंट है, आपको ईबे विनबे वगैरह बनना पड़ेगा, आप टेक्निकल चीज़ों के वर्चुअल असिस्टेंट बन जाए, आप पैसे अर्न कर सकते हैं। तो हमने आपको दिया, लेकिन जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा उस पोजीशन में नहीं है कि कुछ कर सके, तो उनके लिए ये है कि फिर वो नेक्स्ट उसमें ज्वाइन कर लें, क्योंकि हम इसको जो लेके चलेंगे, हमारी इन्वेस्टमेंट है ठीक ठाक इसके ऊपर। हमने कोई 8-10 करोड़ रुपए की इन्वेस्टमेंट की है सारी मटेरियल्स वगैरह सब चीज़ों को पाकिस्तान पहुँचाने के लिए। अभी तो मैंने तुम लोगों को ये नहीं बताया कि वर्चुअल रियलिटी में आप लोग कैसे पैसे कमा सकते हैं। जो लोग हैं, हम उनको आपको वर्चुअल रियलिटी के गेम्स भी दे सकते हैं, उन गेम्स को आप अपने तौर पे लगा करके आप पैसे कमा सकते हैं, अपने एरियाज में कमा सकते हैं। तो विद अस यू विल बी गुड टू गो एंड यू विल बी मेकिंग मनी। जो हमें ज्वाइन करता है तो वो तो समझो उसके पास पैसे तो आना शुरू हो जाएंगे बहुत ही जल्द, इसलिए कि इतने सारे रास्ते हैं, इतनी सारी चीज़ें, नॉलेज बेस्ड अपनी जगह पर है, आप कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, एनीबडी एल्स, एनी क्वेश्चंस? नो क्वेश्चंस? ओके, मैं देख लूँ एक सेकंड। ठीक है, लेट्स फिनिश दिस एंड let's finish this meeting, and I hope you guys have learned something, and in future whoever is going to contact is going to join, who is not going to contact will remain as it is. No problem. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. I'm ending the meeting.